All right, all right, all right. We're live. We are live. What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, if you get it off, 3-day weekend for those who got the 3-day weekend. And for everybody else, I just hope you're having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be coming forward and we're going to be having a conversation about scarcity versus abundant mindset. How to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. This is a very good, important, phenomenal, abundant conversation. It's so funny because I think I've told you guys last time I came here live that I am reading Tapping into Wealth. It is by Margaret K. Lynch. Absolutely phenomenal book. But in the book, a lot of it is focused upon, not but, and, and in the book, a lot of the focus is on healing the past stories, healing the past thoughts, healing the things, the worries, the overwhelm that we have been told in our past, or we are holding on to past stories or past things that we've gone through. It is about healing and recognizing and looking at those things. And so, in saying scarcity versus abundance, in this sense of shifting, it has everything to do with looking at where you're at. Looking at where you're at, being hyper aware of where the scarcity is, right? I feel like a lot of us, when it comes to money, we get weird. We don't want to talk about it. It makes us uncomfortable. I mean, money is one of those things that people will literally like get divorces over. Right? Money is the uncomfortable conversation because all of us deal with money differently. All of us operate differently when it comes to money. Okay. And so when you're moving forward with these money ideas, with these money thoughts, with these money feelings, you are literally, especially when you're coming together with somebody else. You guys went through totally different environments, had two totally different experiences, and think totally differently when it comes to money. And so money, when we think about it, when I think about our thoughts, when we think about how we feel when it comes to money, if there are negative thoughts and feelings that are coming up for you, if you start to get uncomfortable, if you start to be like, oh, Jackie, who I don't like having this conversation, or even a simple, I have enough, I'm fine where I'm at. That's my favorite one. I have enough, I'm fine where I'm at. And so this is why I want to have the conversation about shifting your mindset from the scarcity mindset, from the, there's never enough, for the I'm not enough, to the abundant mindset, right? More than enough is always on its way to me. I spend less than I earn, right? We start to have a different shift in the way that we think when it comes to money. And why is that important? Why is that important, you may ask? Because when it comes to what you're thinking and feeling about money is on the level in which you attract it. That's why understanding and knowing our money stories from our past is so important, because you don't realize that these money stories are showing up in your behavior. You don't realize that these money stories are showing up in your actions. You don't realize that these money stories are hindering you in more ways than you can even imagine. So it is imperative to understand what is going on with your money thoughts. What is going on with your money feelings? These are important things to understand. And the more that you gain understanding in these situations, the better control you will have on your money flow. And let's just keep it 1,000. You want to turn on the faucet for all the money to come flowing into you? Turn it on, baby. But it's going to take you changing the way you think and feel about money. And so that's why we're talking about going from the scarcity thought process to the sense of abundance. Because when you think from a lack perspective, you are going to always be in lack. And why would that be? Because it shows up in your behavior. So, for those of you who do not know me, hey, my name is Jackie, Coach Jackie, if you will, and I am an NLP practitioner. That is a neuro linguistic practitioner, an EFT practitioner, an emotional freedom technique practitioner. All of these things combined with my psychology degree, let's just have an honesty moment. I'm obsessed with helping people change their mind so they can therefore change their life. Okay. And the only way that we really truly change our life is by the changing the way that we think and feel, changing your perspective. So let's talk about how we can shift your perspective today from scarcity to abundance. And this is why it is important, right? Because the more that we hang out in this scarcity thinking, having these limiting beliefs, we are suffocating our business. Our business is not going to make the money that we want it to make. Heck, you can even be on a 9 to 5 and you still are going to be not making the money you want to make, right? Because it has everything to do with shifting the way you think and feel. And ultimately, if we're going to have an honesty moment, ultimately, this shift has everything to do with you shifting the way you feel about yourself. And it's important. A lot of people get really uncomfortable with this conversation because the conversation is important. You have to do the work. And so the work looks like you shifting the thought process, right? And so, like I said, you can go from there's never enough, I don't have enough, to simply, first and foremost, when it comes to the shift of going from scarcity to abundance, we start with gratitude. We are going to start right here with gratitude. And you may be thinking, oh, here comes another gratitude preaching moment. No, let's have a real life honesty situation right here. Gratitude is the pinnacle of all things that feel good. Think about it. When you start to be grateful, just start to name 10 things that you're grateful for right now. And you couldn't tell me that it didn't make you feel good. And if you say it didn't make you feel good, I want you to find 10 more things that you're grateful for, and you will feel good. That's why we start with gratitude. It's a deep gratitude. It is with deep gratitude that you go from scarcity to abundant thinking. One thing that I have all of my clients do is write down 10 things that they're grateful for and 10 reasons they're abundant now. 10 things they're grateful for. When you start with the 10 things that you're grateful for, you end up finding all of the reasons you're abundant. I will never forget the first time I did this, y'all, straight up, right? I wrote down what I was grateful for. I was like, boo, okay, bam, boo, 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 boo. And then I wrote down all the reasons I was abundant. And the reasons that you're abundant can be something just as simple as I have an abundance of hair on my head. There are an abundance of trees outside. You can start that simple, right? And so I started that simple, and I just started, and all of a sudden, throughout the rest of my day, I saw everything that was abundant around me. You see, a lot of the times, the reason you're thinking, your scarcity thinking, it has blinders on. And you may want to see money making opportunities. You may want to see love opportunities. You may want to see just opportunities in general, but you can't see them because you are being blinded and have blinders on due to your scarcity thinking. So the moment that you start saying, I'm grateful, the blinders start to drop off. The moment that you start to say, I'm abundant, the blinders start to drop off. And before you know it, you see all the reasons you are abundant all around you. So it was funny. I made my list. Boom, I'm abundant. Boom, 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 boom. And as I'm going through my day, I'm seeing, ooh, there's an abundance of that. Ooh, there's an abundance of that. I started to see abundance all around me. And before I knew it, because I will know this day, I remember this day like it was yesterday. Before I knew it, I was driving into this neighborhood. I was just going to go on a hike, but I ended up driving into this neighborhood with mansions. I mean, these mansions were gorgeous. And I'm looking around me like, and it was in that moment that abundance fell upon my body. It wasn't just I was noticing the abundance around me, I felt the abundance all around me. So when you start with gratitude and you start saying, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, and then I'm abundant because this, right? I'm abundant because I have flowing water coming out my sink, right? When you start to notice all these things, the blinders drop off and you are able to see abundance all around you. So it is about starting with the gratitude, starting being grateful for what's around you now, and abundance slowly and surely seeps in. Okay. So step one, gratitude slash bringing in the abundance. And then step two, what we're doing is, why do you think that you have scarcity? What is it going on around you that makes you feel like you're in lack mode? And so it could be this: you don't have a lot of money in your savings account. You be like, man, I just wish. You could be comparing yourself to somebody else and saying, my cousin, she says she got about $10,000 in her bank account. Girl, I ain't even got two. Oh, and then there you are in that scarcity thinking, right? And so when it comes to really just, where is the lack? And I'm all about this, and I've said this a couple times this week or last week, but it's about shining the light on the lack. Where is it? What is making me feel like I am scarce and I don't have enough? What is making me think and feel that I'm not enough? What is making me think that there isn't going to be more to come and it's running out, right? Where is this thinking coming from? And when you begin to understand where it's coming from, then, because step two is just getting clear. Where is it coming from? Where is this scarcity thought coming from? And it could be coming from somebody else that told you that, right? Here's one of my favorite ones for entrepreneurs. You got to work really, 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 really hard to make a lot of money. You know how many entrepreneurs out here are running around here working extra hard? And I heard a lady, she was so awesome. She talks about having ADHD and being a business owner. And she was saying that with her ADHD, at first she was like, oh my gosh, I'm just running around. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff and I'm doing really nothing and I'm procrastinate. She said, but what she realized is she's the type of person to think of ways to do it so she don't have to work as hard. And so she works smarter, not harder, because she procrastinates. So when you begin to shine the light on whatever it is that makes you feel that you are lacking or you are in scarcity mode, when you begin to shine the light on it, you begin to see, oh, well, what's the real truth about this? Or you could tell yourself a new story. But at least take a look at it. What is it that's making me feel like I'm scarce, that I don't have enough, and I'm in scarcity mode? Okay. And then you work yourself out of it by looking at it like, is that really true? Is it really true that I'm lacking this? Is that really true? Right. And the question comes up with the answer is no, that's not really true, because you tell the new story. And so that's really what step number 3 for me is coming out of the scarcity mode into abundance. What is the new story? What are you now saying about your life, about your circumstance, about your situation that is going to be different? Because again, you've been running around with the same story all your life. And that story that you've been running around is somebody else has told you. Or that story that you've been running around with is you keeping it real. You keeping it so real, you're keeping yourself in scarcity mode. You're keeping it so real that you are definitely manifesting more of this reality. Okay. And so when you're running around here with these types of statements to yourself, because again, our thoughts show up as our actions, our thoughts and our feelings show up as our behaviors. So when you're telling the story of lack, of not enough, of I'm not enough and I don't have enough and a big bill is always coming, it's looming, it's pending, it's on its way. When you are running around with these type of thought processes, you are attracting more of this reality, this realness. But what you can do is tell a new story. What you can do is change the trajectory of what's about to happen in your business next. I always heard growing up, that's too expensive. Yes, Marissa. Yes, that's a good one. That's too expensive. I heard that too, Marissa. And I was actually working through that earlier today for myself, because really with the that's too expensive. Hey, girl. Hey, what's up, Heather? With the thought of that's too expensive, now you run around and think that you're not enough, that you're not worthy of the expensive. So what's your new story, Marissa? Is it too expensive? Or are you worthy of the investment? Are you worthy of the money to be spent on you? Are you worthy of the item no matter what the cost is? Right? Yes, come on through. It's all about the shift. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But it's, are you worthy? And so that's what it comes down to. What is your new story? Because your old story is that's too expensive. What's the new story? And you get to make it up. That's the fun part. You get to be the director of your own movie. You get to make it up. And so what does your movie look like? You're the main character. So what's going on in your movie? Right? It's so funny. I was just watching Riverdale. I don't know who watches Netflix, but I was just watching Riverdale, and this whole thing was about comic books and how they were writing their own stories in these comic books. So I encourage you. Here you are with your own comic book. You get to write it, fun pictures and all. You get to draw yourself however you want to look. All right. And I want you to write the story. What's going on in your story? That's what the shift is all about. So let's go back over it. Number one, we are being grateful. We are writing down what we're grateful for, and we're writing down all the reasons that we see abundance around us. Okay. Number two, it is all about taking a look and shining a light on what the reason, what in the world, what the reasons. That doesn't even make any sense. What the reasons, right? Good hair days every day. I know that's right, Heather, in your comic book. I know that's right. But what are the reasons I am so hung up in this scarcity thought process? Why? Why do I feel scarcity so much in my life? And that's what I'm gonna bring out tomorrow in my journal, some of my money blocks that I wrote down. But scarcity was a big one for me. And I want you to all sit here and think about it for a minute, right? If you're like, well, I don't know, where do I feel scarce at? This is what I encourage you to do. Sit and think between what is your first money thoughts? What are some of you? I have more than enough for everything I want. I know that's right, Marissa. That's a good new money story. Come on, girl. And so I want you all to sit for a minute and think. As a child, what were your earliest money thoughts? What was it? What were they? Right? Were you watching your parents frantically pay bills? That was one of mine. My parents frantically pay bills. One year, my mama didn't even give me a birthday party and get a combined cake at a family reunion and was like, happy birthday, and I came home like, well, what happened? Wasn't my birthday just recently? My mom tried to do that to my kids. They don't remember. Yes, they do. Yes, they know their day. Okay. They don't know any other day. They know their day, and they probably know holidays, but they know their day. And so that early memory of mine of not getting a birthday party and just being passed off with just a cake, and every time I even brought it up, it was like I was bothersome to my family, made me feel like I wasn't enough. And in that thought process, in that thinking, I showed up in that way in my life, not just then, but years to come after it. And that brought about a lot of debt, a lot of other things, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Step two, shine the light on whatever negative. For me to come here, that's uncomfortable. I'm telling y'all some old crazy story from when I'm 5. Y'all may be thinking, don't be sitting there complaining about your 5-year-old birthday, Jackie. That is crazy, right? But this is my truth. That was one of my earliest money stories. So I want you to sit and think about it. What are some early money stories for you, and what comes up? You could have had parents who lost a job. You could have had, a family who, one income family, a single mom or single dad, right? You could have been going to school with no lunch and been hungry. What was your money story growing up? And what did it tell you? Shine a light on it. And the moment that you shine a light on it, I want you to tell yourself, I can tell a new story. I can tell a new story. And it's funny because the book I keep talking about, Tapping into Wealth, absolutely phenomenal. It talks about EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. This is an amazing technique to take you from scarcity to abundant thinking, right? Scarcity to wealth thoughts. And the way that you do this is, first, what did I say? Let's acknowledge. Well, not first, it was gratitude, but I want you to acknowledge what is going on here. Why do I feel lack? And the reason I say use the gratitude and the abundance first is because a lot of the times your lack thoughts will come up when you're thinking of all the reasons you're grateful. I just realized I tell myself I'm underpaid at my job. Ooh, Marissa, what's your new story, girl? What do you want the new story to be, hunty? Okay, because as you continue to tell yourself that, that is continuing to be your story. And if you look at your check, which a lot of us do because jobs are just over broke, J-O-B, just over broke. If you look at your check, I know 9 times out of 10, you're going to look at it and say, that's not enough. That's not enough. And if that is you, that is why I'm here. We are going to be tapping through this. We are going to be working through this. We are going to be shifting your mindset so you can say, oh, honey, that is way more than enough. We talking about abundance. We talking about overflow. Okay. Oh, yes. Come on, Heather. Heather said negative self-image can be a bitch too. Absolutely. And that's a thing. Whatever going on in your bank account is a direct reflection about how you feel about yourself. And if you want to have an argument with me about that, let's go ahead. I dare you to. Let's have the conversation. Okay. Because let me tell you, how we feel about ourselves is how we show up in our clothes. It's how we take care of our hair. It's how we take care of our nails. It's how, I mean, you ain't got to go get a pedicure every couple of weeks, but you can take care of your cuticle beds, right? You don't have to be going to get facials if you're saying, oh, that's too much, but you can do, I just bought some facial masks, some clay masks, some all the other stuff, right? Take care of my face. So how you are showing up for yourself, whether it be your finances, that's one of them. And you are getting paid based upon what you think you're worth. Period. You're getting paid based upon what you think you're worth. If you are self-employed, you are getting paid based upon what you think you're worth. So if you don't like what's going on in your bank account right now, again, I'm going to go back to it. We got to take a look. We got to have a conversation. What's going on up here? Caring for your money and having it make money for you is self-care. Come on, Heather. Caring for your money and having it make money for you is self-care. 1000%. And so that is, it is how you feel about yourself is going to be a direct reflection of your bank account. And if you don't like it, we got to check our thoughts. That's the first place we check. We check this right here. What's going on? How am I talking to myself? Am I telling myself? Guess where I learned that? Where'd you learn that, Heather? Am I talking to myself? Who am I talking to? How am I talking to her? Am I telling her that I'm underpaid? Right, Marissa? How am I talking to her? Am I telling her, all right now, Heather? She said, I heard that from you. I know that's right. And it's true. It's a very true statement. But how am I talking to this person here that's looking back at me? Right? What's the conversations I'm having with her? And if the conversations aren't so pretty, they're not so nice, and you're looking at your bank account, you're like, oh, we got to work. We got some work to do. We got some work. And so that is why I am so elated. You know, you guys, I talk about this after every live, and I ain't going to stop now. I have a money mindset makeover masterclass. We are going to be going live on October 21st. It is a Saturday, where we come and we literally clear the money blocks. If you're set up here and you thought about some things, and you're like, oh yeah, that, oh yeah, that. We go and we clear them. This is a day for you. I clear my calendar for the whole day and I dedicate it to you. And not only do we clear the money blocks in that moment and tell the new story in that moment, we also, you walk away with affirmations personalized for you. You walk away with literally a meditation based upon what we experienced that day. We do a live EFT tapping experience that is like no other. Like as soon as my last client got off with me, not even got off with me, it's after we did the EFT and we did all the tapping, as soon as it was over, she was like, I need that recording. I was like, girl, you got it. It's in the portal. She was like, oh my God. Like it's phenomenal. So we will be clearing money blocks. This is what we do. We come, we clear the money blocks, we clear them for real with energetic clearing, as well as there's a hypnosis. You get to walk away with a hypnosis that is truly, truly transformative, that changes your mind, changes your life forever. So if you don't like what's going on in your bank account, if you are tired of looking at your paycheck like, ooh, hunty, this is not enough, I need for you to join me. It ain't nothing but a shift up here. That's all we got to do. That's the first place we start. And like I said, it takes the blinders off. You can't see your opportunities when you're in scarcity mode. It's like you got goggles on. I hate wearing goggles. I can't see nothing. I only can see what's right in front of me, but really I can't. I'm more so concerned what's behind me. Right? So you got to take the blinders off. And in order to take them off, it starts with you shifting your mindset to a perspective of abundance. So you see the abundance all around you. So you see the opportunities all around you. You know, true story, y'all. I started tapping, right? I started doing the EFT tapping with my Tapping into Wealth book. And at first, it's hecka funny. For those who do know me, I throw parties. I've been throwing parties since I was 10 years old. I throw parties. And not only do I throw parties, I throw bomb parties. And not only do I throw bomb parties, I do flowers for the parties, right? I do total floral arrangements. And this weekend, a girlfriend called me and said, hey, can you do the flowers for my mom? It's her birthday. I was like, oh yeah, girl, let me do these flowers. Pulled them flowers together so quick, paid, maybe $60 for the flowers. She paid me $200 for them. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I've been missing this wealth opportunity for too many years. The only reason, and y'all don't understand, when I say I opened up shop again, I have vases, I have ribbon, I have everything that I need for a flower shop. I just couldn't see the opportunity because I had money blinders. Okay, I couldn't see it. I only saw right in front of me what I was doing, which was my job and whatever else was right in front of me, right? And I've opened my coaching business, but I still couldn't see there were still other opportunities out there for me to get my hands dirty doing something that I love and making some money. And so that's why it is so important to clear the blocks, because it takes off the blinders. Now I was able to see it and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to open up my flower shop again. I got to do it. And so here I am now opening and literally pouring into Instagram in this flower shop in a way that I learned how to do in my business. So once you take the blinders off, it allows you to be able to see the infinite possibilities available for you. But you got to clear the blocks. You got to clear the mental blocks. And the mental blocks come in the form of what was told to you and what you experienced as a child. And that's what we look at in the masterclass. I don't sit here and say, okay, here's a course. Now go ahead and clear your blocks. Good luck. No, this is a, hey, we're going to do this together. We're going to sit here. We're going to clear these things. And you're going to go ahead and go forward stronger and better than you came to me today. And it is phenomenal. And then you get tools and all sorts of stuff. And plus, I'm the type of person, because I love you so much, I can't let you go. Now we're connected. I'm emotionally tethered to you because I know your money blocks and you gonna know mine. And we gonna be connected. And you can message me anytime. And I'm gonna say, oh, honey, I know what that is. And we'll continue to clear them from there on. You don't get rid of me. This is not a bye, Jackie. That was fun for the day. This is a, we're family for life. Okay, so I want you to join me if you're ready to join me. Like I said, hit me with the comment shift. I'm gonna hit you up and get you into this money blocks I can never say it right. The money mindset makeover masterclass. It is one that you will definitely not want to miss. It is something that, again, once I post this testimonial, you guys will be able to see it. But it was transformational for the individuals that joined me the last time. And I'm obsessed. And it's just one day. It's one day. I got your back. Let's change your mind so we can change your life. Right? Yes. What did I say? Alteration. Yes. Oh, I'm telling you, it is a transformation of the thought processes. Matter of fact, Heather knows I used to do these just as a phone call. But what I realized is not just a phone call. We need to come and be together. To do it in community is so much bigger. And a lot of the times other people have a block that you didn't even think and know you had until they say it. And then you're like, that's a block? Damn. Okay, I have that one too. And so doing it in community is phenomenal because you are more reliant on each other to just grow. And then you get friends for life, right? Because like I said, we're connected. We're all connected. And you end up being like, dang, girl, okay, how'd that block work out for you? Or what's going on with you now? Everything is better in community. We're humans. That's just how we like to operate. Oh, Heather said it truly is so powerful. I am my security. Yes. Money is just circulating energy. Come on, Heather. That's what we talked about. Me and Heather were doing some money block clearing sessions. And with her, like I said, it was just her and I on the phone, and it was transformational. Heather had some big money moves that happened to her after that. Right, Heather? First 5-figure client after that, baby. So it can open up all financial roads that were blocked like within days. I swear to goodness, it is wild how quick it works, right? Yes, ma'am. All right. So I just love you all, adore you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I try to keep this to a good little 30 minutes because it's just a quick talk. We just come in here to chitty chat real fast. But clearing our money blocks, going from scarcity to abundance looks like. Let's go over this one more time. First and foremost, we are being grateful. We are doing nothing but being grateful. Okay. Then we're pointing out all the abundance all around you. What's abundance? You got an abundance of hair. Heck, you may be bald headed and you may have an abundance of hair in your armpit, right? Just what's abundant all around you, right? And then after you name everything that's abundant all around you, you are shining a light on what it is that is holding you back. Why do you feel scarce? What feels scarce in your life? Shine a light on it. Take a peeky poo at it, right? And then after you take a look at it, you tell yourself, what's the new story? I don't have to live by this code. What's my new story? And you tell the new story. These 3 steps, yes, they're small, they're not big, but these little steps will make a big difference in your life. And this difference that they make in your life changes the trajectory of your business. It changes the trajectory of your bank account. So it's up to you. But you got to do the work. Like you got to do the work. You ain't going to get more money just being you, who you always been. You got to do the work. And that's like with anything, right? If you're a bodybuilder and you want to get more muscles, you ain't sitting by watching everybody, at the gym, looking at them in the mirror like, oh, he lifted heck of weights. Go on, boy. That ain't going to get you more muscles. You in there doing the work, right? Same thing goes with our mindset. We have to shift from the scarcity to abundance in order to attract more money. Got to do the work. And you can work as hard as you want to. Let's have an honesty moment. We got one more thing that I'm going to say. You can work as hard as you want to. You can work really, 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 really hard and then make all this money. But if you haven't done the work, guess what? You're going to lose it. I hate to be that person, I've done it before. I've made a lot of money and lost it because I hadn't done this work yet to be able to hold on to and grow more into the abundance. Okay. So I adore you. Again, money mindset masterclass, money mindset makeover masterclass. It is on October 21st. I would love for you to join me. Comment shift, send me a message, however you want to get with me. Would love to see you there, baby. The more people that change their mind when it comes to their money, the more people that are going to be abundant. And I want y'all all to be abundant. That's the only reason I'm doing this. I can sit here and keep this information to myself and keep doing it on my own. But I wouldn't do that because I have such a heartfelt energy of wanting to help more people clear their money blocks because I know how much they've hurt me and I know how much they've held me back. And so I want to see you be more abundant than you were yesterday too. All right. So have a wonderful evening. I'm going to start coming live in the evenings. I've decided the evenings are the best. It's so funny because who I like to talk to are parallelpreneurs, people working a 9-to-5 and getting their business started, or say you've left your job and you're now full-time in your business. You're my people. You are my people because there is a mindset shift that is needed from going from that 9-to-5 paycheck to that entrepreneur in the house business owner, that CEO. Okay. There is a shift that is needed. And until you shift that mindset, your business will not be abundant the way you think it will. So that's why I'm passionate about my people who are working their 9-to-5, starting a business, and my people fresh out of 9-to-5 in their business. Okay. You guys are my people and I love you. And I want to see you do nothing but soar and have successful, very successful businesses. All right. Have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be back here in the evening tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.